upload later. We can always upload later.
And we got everybody in.
Like, this right here.
Well, it's Bill.
Oh.
The call to.
That's confusing, huh?
We don't have Zoom.
Yeah, we might.
You doing flight and stuff for this one?
Yeah.
When we do, whenever we start on
We do the pledge at this.
and
And
then,
your exit.
then we just, and then we, after this is over,
Then we roll
we just
right.
roll right into it, even if it's not 7 o'clock.
Right, it's immediately followed.
So,
So wasn't there a place in the meeting that gave a number?
We didn't get that far.
This is the organizational meeting, Finland, coming up now.
Right.
And following this is when I go to state, or after this is over. That's
Feel like we're going the wrong way here.
here what I'm saying.
Participant, isn't it participant?
Yes.
Did it have a number up there?
This should say.
Copy invite link?
Yeah.
What are we gonna paste it to?
Bill Collier's email or something.
No, there's a Zoom link or whatever,
Oh.
town board host.
He's not gonna- he's not gonna-
But I thought you.
106
Oh, hold on.
Get the passcode down. 106
365.
365, okay. Email up on top right. Oh, what's that? Invite people to join meeting. What's the other thing on top? 850, that's for voice.
Passcode is 106365.
Got it. Are you texting him?
Who's that?
I think you're texting Bill Collier.
February's coming up, Chris. Are you ready?
I'll believe it when it
I don't
happens.
know Collier's email.
Nope.
They're carving it out of stone.
They've been working on it hundreds of years now.
Are you?
As my grandson says, people make mistakes.
IT. IT.
Yeah. Tony's in the picture tonight. It's nice to see.
106
We asked me today, why we never seen
365.
Oh, yeah? On channel 20. Let's see, you'll put me in there. Huh? I'll take care of that.
Go for it.
Johnny Young?
No.
No. No.
Yes.
No.
He's been.
No. But it says you are screen sharing.
We are.
I'll see if Bill. Wondering if that was from when you were.
Oh, that's what we tried doing.
Keep the rest of this on. Let's see if this is on. All right, so we're gonna start the meeting. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This is our organizational meeting, which is prior to our regular meeting, which will meet direct or take place right after our organizational meeting, as opposed to our 5:30 and 7 o'clock schedule that we have for the rest of the year. So the organizational meeting, town board approves regular meeting dates to include budget workshop meetings. Audit meetings will be held on the first and third Thursdays of each month, 7 p.m. Bills will be audited at 4:30 and will be available for 24 hours after each meeting. Workshop meetings will be held at 5:30 prior to the regular and audit meeting. The fourth Monday of the month, there will be a workshop if needed at 3:30. The public will be invited to attend meetings. Budget workshop meetings are to be held on the second Wednesday of the month at 3 p.m. Do I have a motion for that?
Make that motion. Second.
Mike makes that motion, Bill makes the motion, Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Actually, is Johnny on?
No.
No.
He's not on at this
I
point?
don't know.
Okay.
No,
Okay,
the other guy.
um. Town clerk's appointments. Andrea Naval's first deputy clerk. William Brown, deputy supervisor, Henry Green, town historian, Ken Rivera, emergency management coordinator. Kathy Bayonne, part-time deputy tax clerk 1, Roxanne Shamrow, deputy tax clerk 2. Highway superintendents, we're gonna skip that. Town hall employees' work hours are. Town hall employees will work a 35-hour work week from 8 o'clock to 4 p.m. Work hours other than stated above must be approved by the town board. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Mike makes that motion.
Oh, second.
Joe seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
That motion's carried. Town board adopts the procurement policy for the town of Warsing. I have a motion.
I'll make one. Second.
Bill, or Mike first?
Bill.
Bill,
Bill makes a motion, Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
And motion's carried. Town board to approve sexual harassment policy for the town of Warsing.
So move.
Second.
Mike makes a motion, Joe seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to approve the code of ethics for the town of Warsing.
So move.
Second.
Bill makes a motion, Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
That motion is carried. Records management officer. Jackie Kyer is appointed records management officer. Do I have a motion? Mike
Second.
makes the motion, Bill seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Top of the page, register of vital records. Jackie Kyer,
So move.
Second.
Bill makes the motion, Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, that motion's carried. Town board appoints Colleen Pays as highway superintendent's secretary.
So move.
Second.
Bill makes the motion, Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Purchasing agent for the highway, Colleen Pays.
So move.
Second.
Mike makes the motion, Bill seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, one second. So where am I here?
It's just a list of
The whole-
The
employees.
town board to approve the following appointments as listed. All of the employees that are here. And Mike makes a motion, Bill seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
These are all non-union, right?
Yes, yeah. Town boards request part-time building control officer to submit monthly mileage vouchers at a rate of.
It's usually like 56,
70.
58.
Yeah,
I think it was like
yeah,
57.
it's gone up.
All right, so we'll type, right, it's a matter of a cent.
So moved.
Second.
Mike made the motion, Bill seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Superintendent of the town office building, Supervisor House to be appointed for the town office building with the authority to determine when to close the town hall.
So moved. Second.
Bill makes the motion, Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion is carried. Town board appoints attorney for the town board business. You want a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Mike makes the motion, Bill seconds it to make Bill Collier the town attorney. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Planning board dates, on a motion, yes, the planning board will be held on the third Tuesday of each month at 7 P.M.
I'm gonna say within
By
20
motion?
minutes, it should
So
be.
moved. Second.
Bill makes the motion and Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
And at any time, Joe.
Motion's carried. All right,
18.
town board appoints Don Smallsy, chairman for the planning board.
So moved.
I'll second.
Mike makes a motion,
Aye.
Joe seconds, seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. All right, now we have a planning board seat, that's a 7-year seat. We have a motion on the floor for that position. Somebody make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Of who?
Frank Wood.
Okay. Okay, so there's
That works.
there's gonna be two of them, there's gonna be a 5-year seat and a 7-year seat.
Oh, no, but I take, Sue. What's her last name?
So,
So,
Sue Sarah.
Okay, so I have a second.
aye.
Bill makes a motion, all in favor?
Jackie, I'll abstain from that vote.
Yes. Well, there's two, but I'm afraid, because John's not here.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we do it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't work.
No, we have.
No, I want. We got 3 and an abstention,
next
Alright.
one, skip.
and 1 absent.
Oh, yeah, let's skip the next one.
It's on the regular board meeting.
That's on the regular board meeting.
Oh, it is?
Yes,
Second appointment?
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay. Town board to reappoint Walter Evans to the zoning board of appeals.
So moved.
Mike makes that motion.
I'll second.
Joe seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to reappoint Sarah Underhill to the Environmental Conservation Commission.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Joe makes a motion, Bill seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to reappoint Hank Bartosik to the Environmental Conservation Commission.
So moved.
Seconded.
Mike makes a motion, Joe seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to appoint as chairman to the zoning board.
Sarah Underhill.
Sarah.
Sarah Underhill, the chair of the.
So moved.
Seconded.
Bill and Joe,
Joe.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Chair to the zone.
Jack. They put it for Jack.
Jack Ripple.
So moved.
Bill makes a motion.
I'll second it.
Joe seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board appoints the attorney for the planning board. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion, Mary Lou Christian.
I'll second it.
Okay, Mike and Joe, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. The attorney for the building department. Do the same.
I'll make the motion, Mary Lou Cristiano.
Second.
Mike and Bill, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board authorizes supervisor to execute an agreement with Venera Larios for professional engineering.
So moved.
I'll second
Second,
it.
Joe seconded.
Bill and Joe,
Joe.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. The zoning attorney. Did we get past that or not?
Nope, that's it.
That is the next one, right?
Yeah.
Town board appoints attorney for zoning board.
Would say let someone in.
Mhm.
So moved.
I'll second
I'm
it.
sorry.
Bill and Joe for Mary Lou. Official newspaper, town of East Long Journal.
So moved.
So moved.
I'll second.
Mike and Bill. That's, and then all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Department reports.
So moved. Per list.
Second.
Mike and Bill,
Furthest.
all in favor?
Aye.
Town board, town board appoint Ed Burrow as the town prosecutor for the town of Washington.
So moved.
Second.
Mike makes the motion, Bill says all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Jury fees,
So moved.
I'll second it.
Mike and Joe, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Approved services,
So moved.
Second it.
Mike and Joe, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried. Town board approved petty cash for various departments.
So moved.
Second.
Mike and Bill, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Expenditures by the superintendent of highways.
So moved.
Second.
That's, Bill and Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Now mileage,
So moved. We have to add the per mile rate. I think it's 57.
Jackie's gonna check on the exact to the penny.
Yep.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Signing of the checks will be myself, Bill Brown, and Mike Cochetta.
So moved.
Second.
And Bill, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Bank depositories will be deposited under the following.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Mike and Bill, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Now, board to approve the supervisor investing funds from various accounts into CDs.
So moved.
Second.
Mike and Bill, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Supervisor authorized to invest town funds.
So moved.
Second.
Mike and Bill, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to appoint the town clerk as a fair housing officer for the town of Washington.
So moved.
Mike and
Second.
I'm sorry.
Bill, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. So,
So much for reading.
town board to appoint the supervisor as a FOIL appeals officer.
Make the motion.
Second.
Joe and Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board authorizes the town clerk to advertise the legal notice for the town of Washington regarding the fair housing policy.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Joe and Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. A resolution, town board to approve to adopt a fair housing policy prohibiting discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, ancestry, national origin, sex, or place of birth in regard to housing accommodations within the town of Washington, declaring the policy of the town to be that of ensuring equal equality opportunity for all persons to live in a decent housing facility.
So moved.
Second.
Mike makes the motion.
It's a roll.
It's a roll call vote. Mike,
Aye.
Joe?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
And I vote aye. So it's 4-0 with an absent. And all those pages, we'll have to get through all that and get to. Get to town board authorizes the town clerk to advertise a legal notice for the town of Washington regarding Americans with Disabilities Act or the ADA. In the grievance process, that's Bill makes the motion,
Second.
Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Resolution, town board to approve to adopt the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, notice and grievance procedure. Resolution number 2. Roll call.
Aye.
Mike, Joe?
Aye.
Need a motion first. I make a
I'll
motion.
I'll second the motion.
Mike?
Aye.
Joe?
Aye.
Aye.
Bill? And I vote aye. The resolution is 4 with an absent. And I'll go to Resolution 3, town board to approve to appoint Jeffrey Slater, Craigmore marriage officer within the territory of the town of Ocean.
So moved.
Second.
Mike and Joe, and it's a roll call vote.
Aye.
Joe, Bill,
Aye.
and I vote aye, with one absent. And here's number 4, resolution. Town board authorizes the highway superintendent and his designated crew to be allowed to enter the private property of any town of a Washington resident for the purpose of town highway improvement, protection, and conservation projects. This is a highway law number 147.
Second.
Who makes that motion? Mike seconds it. It's a roll call vote.
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Aye.
and I vote aye. That's 4 within the absence. Town board to approve the town pay schedule.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Joe and Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
That motion's carried. The list of all our employees with the salaries pertaining to each. At this time, town board adjourns to 2025.
Forgot one, the longevity.
Longevity payment.
Town board to approve the longevity payment for the year 2025 to the following employees. Sean Slater and Andrea Novell. Andrea Novell for 20 years, Sean Slater for 25 years.
So moved. Second.
Bill and Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. And thank you to Andrea and Sean for their length of service that they have for the town.
Now you have to put the salaries.
Now they what?
We have to
The
put
salary.
salary approved.
Now we approve, this town board approves the 2025 salary schedule list.
So moved.
Second.
Mike and Bill, all in favor?
Aye.
That motion is carried. And then town board adjourns the 2025 organizational meeting at 6:27.
I make a motion.
Second.
Bill makes a motion. Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
That motion's carried.
I'm gonna get the meeting ID number from Bill.
7 o'clock.
Need this.
Oh, wait.
No,
Seven.
no,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
different.
All right, so
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, careful what you.
I'm gonna roll through for a while.
Back in later. You
It's
are.
not like the new-
Why?
Why? I don't know why.
Okay.
now, can we, hey, Joe,
Yes.
engineer,
Aye, Kate. Did I meet it?
Yeah, it doesn't work. Tell him to hold on, we're gonna get him, we're trying to get him the ID for the next meeting. Joe actually got, I think Joe's gonna,
If Bill can get on, then we're good, then we can share it.
well,
Well, he
Bill
can't.
can't get on with that number we gave him.
I just gave him, you being the password. He needed the meeting ID. I just sent him the
Okay,
meeting.
just
Oh, you did,
tell-
okay.
Tell
what
him
do
to
you
check,
to send him?
tell him to check his ID. You email him or text him?
Message him.
Huh?
Message him.
Message. Who we sharing with, by the way?
I don't know. Stop, you know, feel better?
I guess.
Oh, now it's recording.
Yeah. Good to see you.
It said both. Nice try,
Yeah,
Bill.
Hopefully.
Get you a hat, Joey.
I'm not Johnny. New Year, same jokes. Right?
When that green thing went up and you two were looking over at it, I
Hey,
thought,
Joe.
this is Star Trek, they look just like it. And then the color, they're looking at the screen, something alien comes. What is that?
He'll be on.
Right.
Then you have to go on to Zoom with the meeting.
No, Zoom link. Not the phone number, the phone number's only for voice. He'll click on the link.
We're like
I don't
zoom.com,
know if it's sent
and
yet,
it'll say,
but
look at your message I sent you.
Yeah, we just sent it.
You sent it to her.
You,
Mhm.
I was just saying.
meeting ID and the password for to get to you.
I have it right here.
Oh, give
You
it to me.
sent it.
163.
Yeah. You send them both of those, that's the credentials to get on right now.
Where is it?
You just have to go to zoom.com and it'll say join meeting, and it'll ask for the credentials. Copy and paste that meeting ID I sent you. And then
Why don't you just get him on the phone?
well,
No, I'd rather.
I don't know how to get it.
No, he has to click on the link.
I was
Send
saying
the link.
You
You should probably email him, because
You can always
Probably
make chairs in the back, all the ones that are all tore up, you put it from.
We use one, they do the one you have to use, right? Gotta be the good
I don't
one.
know how to log
Don't you want to
in.
do that, you know, people leave this on the plastic, so no one's selling
I've only recorded it. I've never done it. What's the hat, 106?
it.
106.
Like once a year, everyone comes or something, it's a problem, there's a few that wrapping thing, we're going to go on the side.
016.
You can put that away.
It'll say-
Yeah.
I didn't tell him that part.
Maybe that's-
So I'm going to zoom.com.
No, you.
But I want to make sure people can join.
That part I'm not that familiar with because first timer.
Doing a great job, Joe. I don't care what the.
Oh,
Oh, he's in.
Whoa!
Admit.
tell you what,
No, admit.
I'm gonna.
You know what he did?
Yeah, he admitted the world.
Good.
Bing, bing.
So we're gonna-
Did I miss anything?
Yes, we doubled our occupancy.
There he is.
Hi, Bill.
Hey, Bill. All right, works.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So,
Legend.
so then, yes, Terry, you just need, Bill, you just went to, zoom.com and punched in what I sent you, right?
I don't know. I finally got it, so don't ask me how.
Grandkids to do.
All rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stay standing while we recognize those who have passed in recent weeks. Phyllis S. Phillips. John Edward Bullock. Alrighty, fire exits are noted right here. It's the only way to go out the building if there's a fire. Attorney concerns?
No, now that I'm hooked into the meeting, I'm great.
Good job, Bill.
Alrighty, so at this time, we can have petitioners that may be on Zoom or in the audience, and this is the time for that to happen.
You want to do roll call for?
Roll call people that are here. Mike,
Here.
Joe,
Here,
Bill,
Here.
and, we have 4 present and 1 absent. And with no petitioners, I would think that we would go to the next step of the meeting, the agenda, which was a resolution for Washington. Yes. All right, so at this time of the meeting, every year, we do a state of the town of Owarsing for 2024. And so, starting the state of the town, the town of Washington Town Board came into 2024 with a purpose in mind: to serve the residents of the town taxpayers by working together, sharing each other's strengths in an effort to move the town forward. Management style builds organizational skills, sets milestones, requires ability to listen. Multitasking and work under pressure to get results. The following are examples of such. The town of Owarsing 2025 tax levy this year was 1.94%. It is noted that the vast majority of this 1.94% really pertains to the Cohasset Accord Ambulance District and the Ellenville First Aid and Rescue Squad District. The increases that were necessary for those two entities. All right, I was advised today by Robin, who's in the audience. That is pretty much the situation. And Ginger also was discussing that with myself. That's our accountant, our comptroller, or business bookkeeper. So the assessor's report from Renee, I'll get into this and read it. The deeds and property transfers in 24 was 127 property transfers, sales verification letters, and information about store credits were sent to many of the new property owners. Exemptions were provided a list from ORPS regarding property owners who may be eligible for senior citizen exemptions. In December, we began mailing postcards to those on the list regarding the senior citizen exemption. Already, we have at least a half a dozen new exemptions. Senior exemption renewal forms for 2025 assessment rolls were mailed in November. We're still in the process of mailing renewal forms for the agricultural exemptions. The firefighters exemption.
It's not on there.
Last year, I did not receive, this is Renee, I did not receive the information I needed from the various fire departments and ambulance districts. This year, I mailed letters to the chiefs of all the districts within the town specifying the information I need regarding qualified members. To date, I have not received any response. So Mike.
You know what departments they were? Did she tell you?
Oh, she said all of them.
Impossible. Okay, I'll look into it.
Okay. Tax certiораries. One new tax certiorari was filed in 24 and is pending. Small claims. We had 7 small claims filed. Data collector. Our data collector has been busy with building permits, sales reviews, a few 9/11 address verifications. We just recently received the tablet for use in the field. It is up to sync data between the tablet and the office computers. Training will be in January 2025. Village of Ellenville. I'm often in contact with both the building inspector and the rental inspector. There were a few parcels this year that were misclassified and or the data was incorrect, so she made the adjustments. 9/11 addresses. Renee issued or corrected 9/11 addresses for at least 38 parcels this year, last year. In some cases of correction, site visits were required. Continuing education, Renee attended 1 6-hour credit course with New York State SAA Fall Conference, both online. The tax collector, Robin Anderson,
Receiver of taxes.
receiver of taxes. Let's see. The 2025 tax warrant is a grand total of $15,497,063.77, which represents an increase of $520,774.20 of the tax warrant. 2024 justice report from Judge Lonstein is $113,461. Judge Deschamps, $106,726.50, totaling $187.50, which was reported to the New York State Controller for the year 2024. The highway report. These guys paved greater than 11 miles on 12 different roads. Grind, graded, rolled, and calcium top on the Lundy Road, 2 miles. Old Greenfield Road, 1 mile. replace 41 culverts, replace 5 catch basins, plowed and sanded through the winter. 2 separate tree crews with 2 bucket trucks and 2 chippers were going 5 days a week, all year, weather permitting, cutting dead trees, limbs all over the township. 2 trailers with mowers, one's an arm mower, were out starting in the spring and into the late fall, cutting back the sides of the road, grass, weeds, brush, and small trees and branches. 2 hot boxes and rollers were cold patching during the colder months and hot patching in the warmer months all year long. 2 crews at a time were ditching with 2 mini excavators all spring, summer, and fall, and into the winter, weather permitting. A Bobcat T650 with blower attachment and a trailer with a blower attachment were out blowing leaves off all the roads throughout the township 2 times during the fall season. Sweeper trucks with pull sweepers and Bobcats with a sweeper attachment were out starting in March, sweeping roads off all over the township, cleaned under and around the guardrails of dirt and overgrowth. Stump grinding of stumps after trees were cut down. Paved the loop at the bottom of the left and then all the way to the back and turn around at the bottom of Pentyke Cemetery. Also cleaned up all the fallen trees. Continuing checking for beaver dams on multiple roads and removing the dams and cleaning out clogged culverts as needed with our mini excavator and by hand. Repaired a large washout on Old Greenfield Road that took out a portion of the road and embankment down to the stream. Also installed culverts to prevent further washouts. Repaired a washout on the rail trail, replaced broken rails on the split rail fence, mowed the trail from 4455 Crohonson, and cleaned up the dead trees. Constant monitoring and cleaning up as needed at Lippman Park of the tree limbs. After heavy rains, which happened a lot this year, the guys would go out on their respective runs and check all the culverts, basins, ditches to make sure they were all clear of debris. Graded down in the millings on Lundy Road. Constant upkeep of the dirt portion of the road. Cleaned up the road to the wells behind Nappy Trailer Park for 2 days to make them passable. Hang flower baskets in Nappaneck for Nappaneck Public Interest Group and watered the baskets at least 2 to 3 times weekly. Also put up the Christmas decorations in Nappaneck and Crohonson. A lot of grading had to be done in the highway yard to prepare for the paving after our new highway garage was down. We also paved ourselves under the Thunder Mill. Helped the village of Elmwood pick up leaves in the fall and spring. Hauled item 4 with our tractor and dumped trailer at Callahan's in Bridgeville to their yard. Cut down trees on a few of their village roads and village golf course with our bucket truck, chipper, and crew. Hauled back blacktop with our trucks. So thank you, Tony, and the guys down there for doing that. By looking at it, if you're just listening to all that, that's a lot of work during the whole year. Transfer station. What was there, about 900 some passes?
970 something.
970 yearly passes. 269 day passes. 182 garbage pulls. Co-mingling pulls 27, glass pulls 3, cardboard pulls 39, newspaper pulls 15. Tires 1,077, metal tonnage 37.67. That's pretty much a short overview of the transfer station. They work well with the Ulster County Resource Recovery. The Ulster County Recovery personnel there are very happy with the way that the town of Orse's transfer station runs. We just had the CT mail inspection of the old landfill that used to be there. If no one knows there was a landfill there, there was a landfill there. And it's being, kept and monitored by CT mail yearly. Airport. 17,400 gallons of 100 low lead aviation gas was bought on the airport by airplanes coming in and out, or that are actually tied down at the airport. Again, a very successful Wings and Warriors car and truck event conducted by Dwight Kuhn and Company. It's always a good event every year. Go down and enjoy that. Water and sewer. Let me see here. The Cohasset Water District, every user's meter was audited by the presence of lead and copper. The process was completed before the deadline and all reporting was turned over to the county. And we've heard no response from the county. Cohasset Sewer District redundancy project is underway. The purpose of this is to make the increases and improvements of the facilities of the Cohasset Sewer District, being the construction of additions to and the improvement of the wastewater treatment plant, including a new sludge and clarifying unit, including machinery, equipment, apparatus, appurtenances, incidental improvements. The project totaled $2,892,000, which $998,000 was a grant. Napanock Water District, every user's meter was audited for the presence of lead and copper. The process was completed before the deadline and all reporting was turned over to the county. We've heard no response from the county at this point. The Worthing Water District. It went online in June of 2024. Currently services every Worthing Water District user. Special thanks for Labella Engineering for their attention to detail and continued efforts to see this project through. The Fort Bend extension began in November and will continue into most of 25. It'll add an additional 35 users onto the district. At this point, I got something else regarding that. Let's see. Let's see, the Worthing Water District's been completed and a February dedication is being planned. It'll be the Stephen F. Bradley Worthing Water District.
We have a date for that.
I think we did, right?
February 20.
February 20th, I believe, yes. This was a $21 million project initially, approximately, slated to be. And it was completely paid for by the New York City DEP. Not 1 cent was paid by the taxpayers of the town of Worthing. Fort Bend was added back in May or so. The DEP called up the town and said, we have to do Fort Bend. And I said, it's your money, let's get it started now. Fort Bend was added again. Let's see, currently Turkey Hill residents are also being monitored by the New York City DEP to confirm whether the wells have been affected by a drought or by the aqueduct itself. They're still in that process. What is it? How many have we checked since all the rains that we've been having? I think.
I have not had an update in about 2 weeks.
Okay, so we'll get an update on that, and when the information comes in, we'll report that to the public and see if the DEP is going to actually go there like they did with Fort Bend, or it's a different circumstance, and we'll see how that works out. Recreation Department, actually, the O&W Rail Trail has had a signage added. We had a meeting today with one of the representatives from the Village Town Parks Committee, and basically, we're going to be buying a few signs after an investigation of which company was the best company to go with, and we made a decision on that. So, let's see. The town board, as far as recreation, the town board partnered with the Village of Ellenville for applying for a matching grant through Ulster County totaling $400,000 to refurbish the Burn Road Park. The grant was approved and the work has been completed, which includes a complete rehab of the basketball court, tennis courts, pickleball courts have been added, as well as a new piece of playground equipment. New fencing has been added to this portion of the project is complete. Now, I think we've discussed in the past, but it's a $400,000 grant. 200 of it comes from the county, Ulster County. 100 to each municipality, the village and the town. The town's responsibility was $75,000 of actual money and $25,000 of in-kind work by the municipality. In this case, the town, and the same for the village. That equals the $400,000. I think it's been said before, and it should probably be said more, that the village and the town actually are working together in a good format and a good, good energy going now, and some of the things that have been happening. This particular project is a very good project, but we will state that the village owns that park. There really hasn't even been a municipality, intermunicipal agreement for that park, but we did, in this case, cooperate and created a benefit to both the village and the town. People that live in the town utilize the Burn Road Park. In the future, the carriage trail that goes from Minnewaska over to the Burn Road Park, that'll be open, and the amenities down below with the park will be there for the enjoyment of the tourists that come here, the residents in the village, and the residents in the town. So the town board applied and was awarded a New York Swims grant earlier this year. The governor in January was quoting or describing a pool grant, opportunity. And as the months went by, really, that we were kind of watching for that. And approximately in May, I believe, the decision came down from Albany, and within approximately 2 or 3 weeks, the town and the school and the county came up with a grant application, and it was awarded the $3,652,000, which is actually an 80-20 grant, 80% grant, 20% input from the town itself. We are working with the school. The school is assisting us with cooperation of the overall process. I'm not going to say combining it with, but probably along with the schools public referendum that they had. That project will complement the school, the pool will complement that project also as well. The grant will pay for a complete renovation of the pool, which has been talked about for the past 20 years. That's all. It's got to be more than 20 years. That pool was made in about 1945.
Well, you have more of the history than I do.
Yeah, I was about 30 at the time, yeah. So, okay, so plans are being discussed to increase the amount of time the pool is open for the public. Bill and I have had conversations with Lisa Wiles, and she pretty much clearly is engaged in cooperating with the town on, opening the pool during school times, when it's, when it's available, when the weather permits. And prior of this end of the school year and after. So we're trying to get as much time in there as possible. Let's see. Our recreation program is expanded to include bingo and meals every Tuesday at the Trudy Barber Resnick Building for our senior citizens. A new female youth program has been also called My Sister's Keeper. My Brother's Keeper has always been run by Frank Mulhern at Illinois School, who does a great job. And right now our recreation, Masari and others are working with the program and created this My Sister's Keeper. We provided summer camp to approximately 300 children and summer employment to approximately 75 local residents. Monthly programs have been added for local youth, movie nights, holiday themed events, and bus trips. So that's pretty much the recreation part of this. The Neville project. One second.
Check that out afterwards.
All right, so the Neville project, got somewhat of good news for the Neville. The New York State Department of Environmental Conservation has issued a permit to the Neville. And sent it to them. It's a permit to do everything that the DEC is requiring. Quite a lengthy permit process, so I won't get involved with that. All I'll say is that the Neville has taken a big step in this effort to get through the DEC and get to their plan. So let's see. Mr. Rubenstein sent me an email. We're excited to have recently received our joint permit from the DEC, which has had been several years in the making. This is a major step in our development, as we were limited in what we could do until we receive this. We now expect to close out our current capital raise and in short time proceed with subdivisions and site plan applications for the town. Currently, we expect to select our hotel partner and negotiate the executed definitive agreements to proceed with full design. And he's gonna follow up with me on that, so it looks like they're going in a good direction that is making this more possible every day. I basically asked him about demolition of the property and concerning also, I told him it's not high on his, as far as making this $400 million project, the schoolhouse is not on the top of the list, but it is on the list. And he's basically telling me that regarding the demo, we do that when we finance the construction. So in the interim, I talked to him about the safety of the property, and he has a security system for that property as we speak on what he's telling. So that's the Neville. Fresco is another story. Fresco has been here a couple of years now. Cannabis was deemed legal in April of 21. And they've invested $50 million in the aluminum drive properties. They own 3 properties there. They own 75 acres of trade property, 25 acres of the Cora/Hydro building. They refurbished and retrofitted the Hydro Cora building in the last year and a half or so. And they haven't started to develop the trade site because the Cora Hydro site is ready now. They have a medical cannabis license, but they're choosing not to pursue the recreation one at this particular time because due to the New York State's rollout of the 2021 cannabis law, they're constantly in communication with us, and we will share their actions when available. But quite frankly, what they're not happy with the way that New York State has created this law. As people may know, they've replaced the original 5 people that were on that first cannabis board, and now there's another board. So we don't have, the town doesn't have a lot of direction on where that's going, but some of the complaints that Cresco had was that it's not exactly apples to apples, but the dispensary licenses were $250,000 to have a dispensary or liquor store, cannabis place. It's a similar business. That license is $250,000. And then there's also situations where, you know, folks could also get that if there were ex-offenders. There was a caveat to that part of it, but for a vertically integrated company like Cresco, which is totally different than the dispensaries, and they clearly know that, they're saying it's really unfair to charge them $20 million for a permit. So that's where the sticking point is right now. It's nothing that the town's not doing. It's nothing, it's strictly between Cresco and their opportunity to make money. And at this point, they don't believe they could just make what they're looking to make with a medical license itself. And that's pretty much clearly, I talked to the CEO of the company in Chicago a few weeks ago, and that's pretty much what they're telling me. There's also some situations with the federal government that are involved with, you know, the legalization or the Banking Act also, which still hasn't been worked out either. So that's the status of the Cresco project in the town of Worthing. And what else? We'll talk about. The landfill, the regional landfill, I think we can talk about for a minute. The ECC, Environmental Commission of the town of Worthing, has, you know, sent on December 5th, they sent us basically a letter. One of the duties of the environmental conservation is to advise the town board on matters affecting the preservation, development, and use of natural and mainland features and conditions of the town of Worthing insofar as beauty, quality, biologic integrity, and other environmental factors are concerned. Developments with regards to any major threats posed to the environmental quality so as to enhance the long-range value of the environment to the people of the town of Worthing. At its December 3rd meeting, they voted unanimously to advise the town board regarding potential environmental impacts of siting a landfill in the town. Since none of us are experts in the field, we have attached some of the citations for reputable authorities regarding these potential impacts. They should be focused. We would like to point out that perhaps the Ulster County Resource Recovery should be focusing on zero waste and circular economy rather than a new landfill, given that the principal version of the 23 New York State Solid Waste Management is to reduce landfilling and combustion by 85% by 2050. This goal could be achieved through achieving a circular economy, which carefully divests from disposal and instead supports processes, activities, and systems that make effective use of materials and prevent environmental degradation and economic loss by keeping valuable materials circulating in the economy. Thank you for your consideration. So that's from our environmental group. There's a ton of information with it, with the Brown Road and the Milk Road process, discussing, but it's pretty much in the waterways. The Beer Kill could be somewhat affected, even though it's not like a village up on the Milk Road. There's homes and environmental aspects up there. Let's see what else. The town of Worthing, town board and ECC are not in favor of the landfill being located in the township and are actively in opposition to such a landfill. We, the town board of Worthing, should be considering, or we think our township should be considered a disadvantaged community as defined by New York State. In town's opinion, Ulster County has to continue to look at the right way to handle their waste and not just leave a hole in the property in Worthing, which is located around homes and businesses and waterways. There is and has been a community effort to fight our opposition to this project. So it's just not the town board, but there's people that are in the community. We have about 1,000 petitions for that, 900 and some as of a while back there. know we're also looking for, have some attorney looking into it, and we believe that the public should become very attuned to what's going on there, and if you need to drop off something at town hall that is your opinion or some information that you think might be valuable, then just drop it at the town hall or forward it here. Go on our website and send it to our addresses here. But I think this is something that has to be done now, not in 6 months. It has to be addressed now. I think, and the town board thinks, that, the individual, Mr. Mark Ryder, is hired to do this job. He used to work for the county executive. Now he works for the resource recovery, and that's his job to do it. So he's going to continue to do his job. And I don't like, personally and collectively, I don't think it's the right for him to come here in August and tell us he couldn't take properties by eminent domain, and then in November came and said that he could, but he doesn't want to. So I wouldn't trust any of that stuff, because we're here and they're not. And it's going to be here and it's not going to be there. That makes sense. So it's something that's very important to the town of Orchard. I don't know anybody that would want one, but, people that have lived here and people that are just moved here in the last few years, the town of Orchard has, caught, and actually been treated poorly over the period of time that I've been on board. And when it comes to, there's a lack of motel space, but at the same time, the county puts people that are in need, which is fine, but if they, if they just collectively, burden the town of Worthing and the village of Elmville, I don't think that's fair when there's 20 towns and 3 villages in the county. So that's something that's always not just been said by me, it's been said by everybody and anybody that knows what's going on in this town. So, what else is for conversation? All right, so from this, we'll continue with our meeting. We'll probably have some comments under our individual concerns regarding maybe the state of the town, or, but I think we should move on to the next step in this meeting. Town board by resolution approves the spots of the 4th of July committee and events related to and leading up to the 4th of July parade. That's a resolution.
So move.
Make the motion.
Bill makes a motion, Johnny seconds it. There's a resolution.
John's not here.
Go.
Joe.
What did I say?
Johnny.
You did a lot of talking.
Oh, I was thinking you were the IT guy.
I could never.
No, you are the IT guy. All right, so Joe makes a motion
No, I made the motion. Joe second.
and it's a roll call vote. Mike?
Aye.
Joe?
Aye.
And so it's 4 with 1 absent. Okay, resolution number 2 approves the 4th of July committee and the events related to and leading up to the annual Blueberry Festival.
So move.
Mike makes that motion.
I'll second.
Joe seconds it. Roll call vote.
Aye.
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 4 with a present absent. Resolution by town board by resolution adopts section 24 CFR 83-2036 of the Housing and Urban Development Act of 1968.
So move.
I'll second it.
Bill makes the motion, Joe seconds it, a roll call vote. Mike?
Aye.
Joe?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
And I vote aye, so it's 4 with a absent. Town board, there's no budget lines. And number 2 is the bills and voted. I signed, Bill signed, and Joe
So
signed.
move.
I'll second.
Bill makes a motion, Joe seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board accept the minutes of the December 5th regular audit, the December 19th.
Move 3 and 4.
Bill
Second.
makes a motion, Joe seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to appoint
2.
No.
Right.
This is, which one, the unexpired term?
Yeah.
Unexpired.
Yes, Frank Wood.
Okay, so Frank Wood as, Washington Town Planning Board for an unexpired term.
So,
Term will expire on December 31st, 2026.
I can't be right,
I think it's 29.
21, it's gotta be.
Yeah.
Gotta be
It's
5 years.
an unexpired, I don't know. I thought she had the right date, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was.
5 year.
You just,
Yeah, there's seven.
7 and
Seven
5.
is the,
It's a 7-year term,
yeah,
but it's
and
an
this one,
unexpired term, and I think 2 years were probably,
I think it was,
So the expiration date on that is wrong.
I believe it's been probably 2 years, so it's probably
Was it
5.
2
It's probably
years?
5 years, I think it's 29, yeah.
I'll make a motion with the correction.
Mike makes the motion.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to reappoint Hank Alicante to serve a 5-year term on the joint Washington Joint Parks and Recreation Committee. The term will expire on December 31st, 2029.
So moved.
Second.
Mike makes the motion, Bill seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to approve Meg Brown to an unexpired term on the Environmental Conservation Commission. The term will expire on December 31st, 27.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Bill makes a motion, Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion is carried. Town board to authorize the supervisor to execute change order number 11 for TAM Enterprises for the Washington Water District Water Treatment Plant General Construction to relocate existing radio antenna from stanchion on electrical backboard to the step forward on the top of the steel water storage tank. This will increase the contract by $3,675 for a new contract sum of $2,273,796.47.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Joe makes a motion, Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Board to authorize the supervisor to execute change order number 12 for TAM Enterprises for Washington Water District Treatment Plant General Construction to credit the owner for unused remaining contract allowance balance. This will decrease the contract by $44,203.53 for a new contract sum of $2,273,796.47.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Joe makes a motion, Mike seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Town board to authorize the supervisor to execute change order number 1 for TAM Enterprises sludge dewatering facility, Cohasset Water Wastewater Treatment Plant, TWA 232 CDBG grant to add temporary power for equipment testing. This will increase the contract by $16,540 for a new sum of $747,539.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Joe makes a motion, Mike seconds, and all in favor?
Aye.
Motion is carried. 11, town board to approve payment app number 6 in the amount of $277,130.74 to TAM Enterprises for sludge dewatering facility at Cohasset Wastewater Treatment Plant.
I'll make the motion.
Joe makes the motion, Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to approve the invoice 248032 from Labella Associates in the amount of $33,938.75 for the Washington Water District Fort Bend extension.
So moved.
Second.
Bill makes a motion, Mike seconds, and all in favor?
Aye.
Motion is carried. 13, town board to approve invoice 112440 from CT Mail Associates in the amount of $1992.72 for professional services rendered in association with the completion of 2024 annual report for the Washington landfill.
So moved.
Second.
Bill makes a motion, Mike seconds, and all in favor?
Aye. Pass
Motion-
with flying colors too.
Yes,
Good report.
that's good. Let's see.
14.
Town board to accept bids received on Thursday, January 2nd at 12 noon in the town clerk's office for road materials for the town of Washington Highway from the following contractor.
So moved.
Who's the contractor?
Water materials.
You want to know? I'll second that.
Okay, Bill makes a motion, Mike seconds, and all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. 15, town board authorizes the supervisor to execute the agreement with Lynn Star in the amount of $4,792.52 for the installation of an additional security camera at the highway department.
Quick discussion.
Yeah, me too.
Tony, this was
what we talked about last month with being able to
Yes,
view the cameras and have 360 surveillance
yes.
and the front door.
Good, okay.
And see you coming in,
Any interior cameras or just exterior?
just exterior.
I think with the equipment, trucks.
Yeah.
And the tool tanks.
Once we see who comes in, we know something gonna be in the building, we'll figure it out.
And that alert will go to Linstar?
No, that goes right to our cameras. Yeah, we've got cameras in there. We got a board set right up.
The alert,
Oh,
the
yeah.
alert will go to
The alert is gonna go to me, Colleen,
Colleen.
and Larry.
Okay.
They'll determine whether to call the police department or maybe.
Thank you.
You were, I was down there that day when the company was there, right? We were looking at inside Larry's office or was it yours?
No, it's Larry, my office,
Yeah, right,
We had to-
yeah. So we can look against the wall towards the street, right?
so we can see everything going on.
Right. Okay.
I'll make the motion.
Joe makes a motion.
Second.
Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried, town board to approve the promotion of David Crum from motor equipment operator to mechanic at the highway department. The new hourly salary will be $29.17. Promotion will be effective January 2nd, 2025.
So moved. Second.
Bill makes a motion, Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried, town board to approve the promotion of Keith Mitchell from motor equipment operator to heavy equipment operator. New hourly salary will be $28.85. The promotion will be effective January 2nd.
So moved.
Second.
Mike and Bill, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. 18, board to authorize the supervisor to execute the amendment number 2 between IBEW Local 363 Water and Wastewater Bargaining Unit, Michael Wells, and the town of Worthing. The amendment will expire on March 31st, 2025.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Joe and Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to rescind the motion authorizing supervisor to execute the agreement Q 86912-1 and 85869-1 with Civic Plus Manhattan, Kansas to provide website development and recreation platform for a cost of $3,500 for recreation and $59.19 for website, subject to 5% annual adjustments. Bill
Second.
and Joe, all in favor?
Aye.
In 20, town board authorized supervisor to execute the agreement, same agreement, and with Civic Plus Manhattan, Kansas to provide website development in the cost of $14,000 for 2025 with an annual recurring service at $59.19. Recreation program development of $58.38 with a recurring of $3,500. Annual recurring services subject to a 5% annual cost adjustment.
Second.
Bill and Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried.
I got one more.
We have one additional motion, right?
Motion for the town to purchase 3 rail trail signs at a cost not to exceed $725.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Grace is there. You want to discuss that for a second?
Sure,
Come up to the podium for a second.
of course.
Grace is one of the members of the Village Town Parks Committee and from the town appointing, right?
Mhm,
And she came to our workshop today and discussed the O&W Rail Trail and how we're improving signage. We went back to 2019, I believe, for the wayfinding signage, which was a very in-depth program, but the numbers and dollars that it turned out to be an exorbitant amount of money. And the town and village didn't really do too much of anything with that, but we still have that information. We still work with some of that information and followed up on it and are in the process. Basically, it's 3 signs at this point, right?
Correct.
So,
So it's 2 signs on either side of Canal Street at Edwards Place. And so they will direct people to the Little League fields, the rail trail, and then also to the historic village of Ellenville. And then there's a 3rd sign at, I think it's now Little League Place and Edwards Place that will point down towards the rail trail and the Little League. So I think it's a great thing for the town and village. The rail trail is amazing. It's also very difficult to find. So I think this will help people who aren't familiar with it find their way there.
Excellent.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for your work.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
okay. I think we have Mr. Page here.
Okay. I think the full town barn, I think they're all done in there. They pull all the equipment out. They'll just need to be working. They should be back on Monday. They'll redo the pumps. We started doing, and they found out the salesman didn't do what he's supposed to do. And that some work that has to be done. It'll be on Monday. We should be, the pump should be on Tuesday afternoon. Novella called me today. The trails that down by the new pump station, there's 25 of them. We want to know if we got a place we can locate them for a year. The storage. We got a contract with somebody by the house there. They want to move them to some other property.
What are they?
That's for the water tanks for,
The temporary water.
temporary water.
Did they say why they can't stay where they are?
I don't know, they didn't say.
It's just a feel, but no,
I
no.
have a feeling it's, they're on somebody else's property and they're paying a lease on. I have a feeling.
Who, may I, I'll ask afterward who called me. I'll.
Wilson?
Wilson?
Hey, Tony? It's Bill Collier. So they have a lease with Julia Brown. I think it's a 2-year lease. They're paying $300 a month or something, or $250 a month. I don't know why they need to move them, but
That stuff is in, June, it's gonna be up, at least. That's what they told me. Should be up in June, the lease should be up. So. Now, I think we got a place down for over parking down to Littman Park,
With a spare lot.
yeah.
Airport Road finds some room too.
Yeah, we have cameras in the
I mean,
Oh,
it's up to you guys, I mean. I told them I'd bring it up to the board,
It's less congested.
I just told out today,
Yeah, we'll, thank you.
all right?
Twenty-five.
I'll call him tomorrow and tell him we'll do something. Other than that, we can make.
Thank you, Tony. Who's up next there? Bill?
I don't have a lot, just, everybody heard the, state of the town and what was accomplished this past year. And I'd just like to thank all of our employees for the town and the board that sits with us here for everything that they do and all the work and cooperation that gets done. And look forward to another, good year, 2025.
I agree on that. What done?
Bill, you all good?
Where were you
Keeping it
gonna
short. Yeah, keeping it short. On the same page as Bill, a lot of names were mentioned tonight for appointments for various boards and committees. And a lot of those positions are volunteer positions. Just wanted to say a special thank you to all those people who dedicate their time for the betterment of whatever they are passionate about. Thank you for that, and please don't stop anytime soon. Just a quick update with the Port Bend extension, Bellamy, which is in charge of phase 1, which is essentially from the practice facility by the first aid rescue to the river. That is done. They're going to pressurize it tomorrow and send samples to the Department of Health. So that's moving along nicely. Rutledge, which is phase 2, and they're doing the road hookups. Not to the houses, but just the actual road itself, the loop they're on right now. They'll most likely finish, they said, early next week, and they'll begin the curb stops. I'm guessing mid-January, and then I don't have a start date for phase 3, which would be the individual house hookups. But I'll update everyone when I have it. Mike?
Again, keeping it short and sweet because the Terry speaks tonight. Just again, as everyone else reiterated, thanking all the employees. Us as the board, yeah, we make decisions and so forth, but the employees will keep the town up and running. All department heads, thank you very much. Looking forward to 2025. Just one last thing I'd like to say is we're looking forward to moving forward with the village and getting some more stuff done that's been on the back burner for so long. And Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah.
You're cute.
Anything else, Terry, that you have?
I don't think I've talked enough. What do you think?
I think I can make a motion to adjourn if you would like.
Oh, I don't think we can do that.
And thank you, receiver of taxes for attending. the
Yes,
meeting.
Robin's been here the whole.
Robin's back.
Robin, thank
Yep, so Robin's been around here a while, and,
you.
we
Bill,
appreciate what Robin does. As well as all the other employees, everybody's here is really appreciative of that. I mean, we could match our town operations, I think, with pretty much any town that is around Ulster County or whatever, because I think we spend a lot of time doing it. You know, the good attorney, Bill Kyer, he's been here since um,
47.
I think a year or two before me, but,
great question.
we appreciate your guidance and, in that, in your attorney, experience and professionalism. And, everybody in town hall, highway department, water, wastewater. The one maintenance guy that we have,
Transfer station.
the transfer station,
Every department,
Town
you don't miss any.
the accounting office.
Yep.
Yes, so,
One question,
sure.
they're working on Fort Bend. What's happening with the road? They're gonna pave everything, or they're gonna have a mess? Yes, I had a couple of times already,
I don't know, but I'll find out.
but the way it's being tore up,
Yeah, so what stretch of, what length is it? That's the question.
where they're digging up,
I know, but we'll have to look at, see how much land, you know, what it is.
the whole loop. All the way down to, the rail trail, all the way up to the hill with the trails up in there. That's,
I'll ask if it's patch, just item or whatever. I'll find out.
but some of
Pardon, Bill? I said
Yeah,
Bill?
the contract would definitely include restoration. So assuming we work through the winter, they're gonna have to hold back money, to plant people's grass seeds on the lawn and any paving that has to be done.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bill.
The idea is to try to get them hooked up as soon as, well, we're not in a rush anymore because they refilled the tunnel with water, but.
Yeah.
Originally it was an emergency. Now we've got another whole year, quite frankly, but.
We didn't thank the people that we appointed on the planning board, the zoning board, the recreation board, the
Right, so everybody,
environmental board.
everybody.
Okay. Everybody counts? That's just everybody.
Well, Joe said, thank the volunteers and don't give it up, pretty much.
And
And our IT department too.
we've got
He's out.
a web jogger, our IT company is really good. That was a good decision in 2019 to get a professional IT company to, secure our systems and
I meant the in-house ones.
what?
I meant the in-house one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, so
So I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Anybody that may be watching this, tonight at a later date on channel 23, that's our goal for the year, is to get 23 up and running properly.
all right, so I'll amend his comment there. We'll say within the month,
Just not.
okay? The month of January is when that will get fixed. Oh,
You have to stop.
I
it, right?
leave it now.
So I make the motion to adjourn.
Yes.
I'll second.
do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, and Happy New Year and.
Yeah, it's not free.
Take care, Bill.
Bye.
Yeah, I know.